to save the Union and to abolish slavery. The issues of emancipation and military service were intertwined from the onset of the Civil War. News from Fort Sumter set off a rush by free black men to enlist in U.S. military units. They were turned away, however, because a federal law dating from 1792 barred Negroes from bearing arms for the U.S. Army. In Boston, disappointed would-be volunteers met and passed a resolution requesting that the government modify its laws to permit their enlistment. The Lincoln administration wrestled with the idea of authorizing the recruitment of black troops, concerned that such a move would prompt the border states to secede. When Generals John C. Fremont in Missouri and General David Hunter in South Carolina issued proclamations that emancipated slaves in their military regions and permitted them to enlist, their superiors sternly revoked their orders. By mid-1862, however, the escalating number of former slaves, also known as contrabands, the declining number of white volunteers, and the increasingly pressing personal needs of the Union Army pushed the government into reconsidering the ban. As a result, on June 17, 1862, Congress passed the Second Confiscation and Abolition Act, freeing slaves who made masters in the Confederate Army. 2 days later, slavery was abolished in the territories of the United States, and on July 22nd, President Lincoln presented the preliminary draft of the Emancipation Proclamation in Antietam, Maryland, and the Emancipation Proclamation was subsequently announced. Black recruitment was pursued in earnest. Volunteers from South Carolina, Tennessee, and Massachusetts filled the first authorized black regiments. Recruitment was slow until black leaders such as Frederick Douglass encouraged black men to become soldiers to ensure eventual full citizenship. Volunteers began to respond, and in May of 1863, the government established the Bureau of Colored Troops to manage the burgeoning numbers of black soldiers. Approximately 180,000 African Americans, comprising 163 units in the Union Army during the Civil War, and many more African Americans served in the Union Navy. Both free African Americans and runaway slaves joined the fight. Make sure you stay tuned as the month goes on for more Black History Facts. Amen.